Hey, good morning everyone, it's TractorMan44 here. You know, I try not to be too awfully misleading whenever I do videos and everything, but I'm going to have to come clean and tell you something. I bragged here not too long ago whenever I was doing some electrolysis rust removal on a Massey Harris gas tank and some other things that I've never had a failure with a gas tank liner. Well, I've got to retract that statement because I've suffered my very first failure, and I think it's due to operator error. I will not mention the name because I don't want to say anything bad about their product because I've had good luck over many years. But I had some of the old product that had been used on another tank, and the remnants of which was poured back into the container, but was enough to do this particular tank here. And I think it was old enough, and the fact that I have this ethanol blended fuel that we use in a lot of cases at the gas stations that we get, I think that had some effect on the old liner. I went to fire this up not too long ago in the very last video. If you remember, I had some gummy problems, with the carburetor, so I took a little bit of cleaning to get that thing fired up. What happened is whatever's in that fuel and the age of that material and the improper use of it that I apparently did caused that to totally slide all the way down and turn into a gummy residue about 1/4 of an inch thick on the bottom of that gas tank. So I'm going to have to fight with getting that gum out of there and totally cleaning it, and then properly installing a different type of fuel tank sealer. So I thought I'd clarify that. But anyway, to make a long story short, we're going to do a little grading on the road today. And so I'm not going to take the sheet metal off and put the temporary tank up on top because it doesn't look like a cool tractor like that. I'm just going to go ahead and put a makeshift box on the front to put a temporary tank on top so that I can get the gravity feed down to the carburetor. So it's going to look a little funny. I'm not going to put that on film because it's just kind of silly, but I just wanted to tell you that's what's going on with this particular video, and it's because of my inattention or my failure to do the right thing with that particular product that caused that failure. Okay, I got the temporary fuel tank up there, got gas in it, put a fuel filter on, nothing's leaking out. So put the battery on the battery charger, so if we get a little bit lucky, it might go ahead and start, I don't know. Now we're not getting any new rock today, we're just churning up the old, getting some of the potholes filled in, getting ready for the new rock to come in. Now you see the son-in-law coming back and forth with his 2016 or 17 L3301 Kubota. So he's kind of turning in the outside edges, getting us something to move around. He'll be the pretty orange, but I'll be the old rusty yellow one. Well, the old gal's got a few oil leaks and needs a little bit of head work. It needs valves ground, probably needs new valve springs, probably even needs new valve seats if I can find them, and probably needs a set of rings. Other than that, this is actually not a bad running tractor. If you noticed, it was really rough, really hard to get going, snorting and belching and everything. This is the first time this has had any work done with it in, oh my gosh, I don't know how many years, a long, long time. And so I put about half of a container of seafoam in 4 gallons of gas that I put in that temporary tank. And after about 45 minutes or an hour, this thing really settled out. And if you notice towards the end of the video, it was really purring really pretty good. Still got a lot of that blue smoke. So it's definitely got some rings and some valve issues, valve guide issues, things like that. But it doesn't matter. I'll get around to it one of these days, but it does fairly good the way it is. I would like it to do better though. At any rate, hey, you know what? This was a fun morning. Son-in-law got to use his fancy new tractor with that old Dan user. I thought that was a John Deere for a long time, but that's a Dan user blade that I put all that extra weight on the back, that big old elevator weight. And boy, it just cut like the dickens. Really drug some good stuff up to the middle of the road and let me kind of do the easy stuff. But you can see the old boys that worked with these things, you know, they worked and earned their living. Now let me tell you, it's just fun to me. But anyway, hey, you know what? This Tractor Man 44, and I'm out of here, guys.